Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. The other thing I can do when I put this back together again is put some glue on these joints. Because the glue is going to hold much better than any nail. Okay, that's got those nails taken out of the box. Now let's take the nails out of these boards. As a kid, when we lived on Crippen Street long ago, I was given the opportunity to build a treehouse of my own design, no questions asked. We had an elm tree that my Uncle Rex cut down, and it was huge. His saw would not reach all the way through the trunk. So my dad said, just leave the stump, we don't care. Actually, this nail hammer would work better. Nail hammer has a flat face with very little crown, and a ball peen has a rounded face, so it tends to skip off. Doesn't work as well for driving nails. There, look at that. Like professionals. Like a professional. There. Now I've got nails all over the floor I have to pick up. But that's okay. They won't bother anything for right now. Anyways, back to the tree stump story. Almost forgot I was talking about that. Well, at the time, boards were a little bit hard to come by. Dad had taken down all the barns and sheds and all the other buildings, so there wasn't a whole lot of wood left laying around loose. So I was at kind of a difficult situation, not being able to find any wood. My dad said, you can have any wood that you can find. So I went on a hunt. Wasn't any wood at our house, but up at Montgomery Ward's they used to get things delivered in crates. Yeah, this was a long time ago, back when they still did things in wood. Refrigerators came in cardboard boxes, but there were a lot of crates and pallets. Pallets are still common. So I spent a lot of time pulling nails out of pallets and crate boards And down at the Coldwater Fairgrounds, there was a dump where they took all the junk from the fair and piled it up. And they had big fires. So I would go down there, which was about a block away from the house. Less than that from where the treehouse was, because the treehouse was on the back of the lot. And I would come back with sheets of plywood and chunks of 2x4 and various and sundry other bits and pieces of detritus. Pull the nails out and use that to make my treehouse. And I was ambitious. I wanted a cool treehouse. So rather than having a ladder, I made a stairway. You gotta keep in mind, we moved into that house when I was 8. We moved out when I was 11. So during those 3 years, I built a treehouse with a set of steps. Cut everything by hand, because of course I didn't have any power saws available to me because I was too young to use Dad's. But Dad's hand saws were in actually pretty good shape because he really used them. Power saws were kind of thin on the ground back then. So I learned how to notch and build the steps and place the foundation and attach it to the landing. Learned a whole lot from that treehouse. Then, the city of Coldwater decided, well actually the school board of Coldwater decided they wanted to build a new Lincoln school. And they wanted to have it in a place that was not where the old Lincoln school was. I don't know why. They never really did anything with the place where the old Lincoln school was, except make a parking lot for the jail, which is now no longer the jail. So I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been to Coldwater. They might have turned it into something else by now. No, it's been a long time since I've been to that part of Coldwater. There's no reason to take off these bottom pieces. And I'm not going to do that because I'm concerned that these will not survive. This one up here was on the thin edge of breaking. But it managed to stay together the whole time I was disassembling it without cracking into the boards. At least not overly. So this turned out alright. But I'm afraid this one would not make it. Now another reason for painting this. See all this white stuff? That's paint. That's paint spatters. Somebody was painting something, could have been whitewash. All the whitewash should have washed off somewhat. This did not. So I'm thinking it's some kind of milk paint or oil-based paint or some kind of paint. And it's definitely not something I want to have on there. And painting it will cover that up because it's got a bunch of dust on it again now, but I had this all washed up once. When I took these boards off, all the dust that was captured inside. Oh, and the rust from the steel band. All that stuff just kind of fell down there on the bottom. So this, after I get done taking this apart and putting it back together again, this should weigh considerably less because I got a whole handful of nails just from that one bit of trim. Because boy did they nail the crap out of that. 4 in each corner, 6 or 8 down the length of it, on each one. Well, isn't that just the berries? Well, you're not going to believe this till I show you. I put a washer over the head of the bolt, and then I clamp this against the inside and secured that little washer against the bolt, because when I tried it with just this, it slipped right off. But the washer is gripping that circular head and holding it in place. Working. Can't exactly say why or how, but it is. Well, that was helpful. The other three held right on. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. And while you're here, why not hit the subscribe button?